Hey guys, I was given this old water pump a while ago. I think it had been used for gold sluicing. It had been sitting by a stream for a few years and it was upside down, so I have no idea what sort of state it's in. The engine doesn't turn over, so I think it's possibly seized. It might be too far gone, but I'll give it a water blast, get all that crud off it and strip it down and see if I can get it running. It would be quite handy to have it as a firefighting pump if I can get it running. But yeah, I don't know. There's probably a reason why they left it sitting upside down outside for years. Where do we start? Okay. Right, so it is seized. I'm not sure if that is because of the pump. Possibly that's got corrosion in it and it's stopping it turning, or the engine might be seized as well. So I'll just start on the engine side, take the plug out and have a look, see what's going on. All the nuts and bolts are pretty corroded, so I think it's going to be a slow process pulling it apart. Alright, so there's a lot of sludge in there, possibly because it was upside down for so long. The engine oil might have just come out of here. But I think I might put my gloves on. That filter is pretty stuffed. All the paper is coming apart. The plug was pretty loose. Yeah, that's water, I think. That's not good. It's turning over now, and it's got water in it. Whoop. It must have compression if I couldn't turn it over with the plug in. Yeah, it does actually have a bit of compression there, so I think it's worth pushing on. I'd hate to see the state of that bore though, with that water in there. Rusty in there. I don't know if you can see that, that's all full of water. Not a good sign. Card looks okay, it's reasonably clean. It's a bit seized up though, but I think that'll go again. Oh, those bolts are loose. That looks quite clean under there actually, it's not too bad at all. The valves are still working okay. Really want to have to spend any money on it, so try and save all the gaskets. Oh, nasty. The bore actually feels okay, even though it is rusted a little bit. It's not scored too badly. I wonder if we've got any spark in there. I suppose I should test that before we go too much further. Okay, that's on. no spark. Just check that plug first of all, make sure that's not the problem. Plug looks okay. Oh yeah, it's sparking now. So it was just the oil sensor. I'll just keep stripping it down because I want to have a look in the bottom end and see what's going on in there. Tank looks pretty clean. There's the, I'll try and keep that seal intact. Oh, there might still be some gold in there. Apparently it was used for sluicing before we got it. There we go, that's the guts of the pump. Pretty basic really, aren't they? Got it. Seal in there. You can see that shaft is a bit rusty in there. I'll have to take that out and give it a sand down, get that rust off it. It's just the rust holding that bearing on there. Doesn't want to come off. It's going to have to though. The oil is long gone obviously, after sitting upside down for so long. But that doesn't actually look too bad at all. There's just a little bit of water in there, but that's not really a major problem. Take that piston out, hone the bore because you can see there's quite a bit of rust in there, so I'll just give it a quick hone. Yeah, give it a good clean up and it should be good to go, I think. Surprisingly there's very little corrosion in there. I thought there'd be a lot more than that, but no, that's looking pretty good. Those lobes look okay. Bearings are okay, gears are good. There's plenty of life left in that, I think. That wrist pin feels fine. No broken rings or anything. So that's the little oil sensor. The governor here. The faster it goes, the further those little weights push out, which pushes that centre rod out, and that moves this lever here, which controls the carburetor. Yep, piston. That goes on there.
Yeah, I know.
You know?
Yeah.
And when that spins,
The spark plug ignites.
yep, which pushes the piston down, which turns the crankshaft, spins the shaft.
Yeah.
I bet you don't know what that is.
No idea.
That's to lift the valves. You see these cam lobes?
Uh-huh.
As this turns, it pushes these little rods. There's so many bits. Look at them all. How am I going to put it back together?
You might help put that together.
Of course I do. See, Toby and Zanny? Here's the valves and their valve lifter that lets the fuel in.
Is it a 4-stroke?
Yeah, and the exhaust out. The valves. There you go. You see the piston goes in there,
Yeah.
and that goes in like that.
Mm-hmm.
Goes up and down, spins that shaft, which spins the pump that's on the end of it. I just have to clean it all up and put it back together.
How heavy is that?
Using plenty of oil. That'll do it. Yep, that's cleaned up nicely. It's taken all the rust off there. And just clean these grooves, you see that? You watch. See what's coming out? That's all that watery gunky stuff. That there's called the wrist pin or the gudgeon pin. See that? See how smooth that is? Good, eh? Oh, where'd that go? You caught it with your head. Good catch. See, they can ping out. Some of the bigger models, they'll have a little roller bearing in there, but this doesn't. It's just a bit of a gunk in there. So when you've got a smoky engine, normally you just replace the rings, which are these. And see the joins of the rings? You have them, see that? Yeah, and there, you have those on opposite sides. So it gets better compression. Have the gaps of the rings spread out around the piston. If you have them both together, then it's going to leak. It's not going to compress as well. Right, the bearings are a bit loose on the crankshaft, so I'm just going to ping them, and that'll make the bearings sit and they're a bit tighter. See, they've spun a little bit. I can actually spin the bearings quite easily on the ends of the crankshaft. Just gently tap it to spread out the metal slightly, and do that evenly all around the shaft. That's going to lock the bearing on there. Just washing this in diesel. Get any dust out of there. Get a bit of oil in there. Let's let it down. It's nice and tight on there now. Right, before I put everything back together, I'll make a gasket. Line up that crankshaft with the gear down the bottom there, otherwise it's going to ruin it. Yeah, it's got it. And the arrow is that way. So that's just the little float switch in there. When it's floating in the oil, it's open circuit. When it's sitting down, it's completing the circuit, which earths it and doesn't let it spark. So we know that's working. Pulls the O-ring up tight to seal it. Line up these two marks on the crankshaft gear and the valve gear to get the timing right. Thin layer of grease on there, and that's going to help seal the cover. There's the springs, valve springs, and they pop out the bottom, see? Oh. Yeah, they are a bit rusty actually.
Okay.
Use this valve lapping compound on that part, and that's going to get rid of any roughness in there and help them seal a bit better. You can see that's sealing all the way around there now. No more pitting in there. Looks good. See, there's a little bit of pitting on that exhaust valve. sealing now. Okay, so they can go back in. Just got to make sure you get all the grit out of there, because it'll wear things out quickly if you leave that grinding paste in there. Nice and easy to get these in. The springs are quite weak. The bigger engine you need a valve compressor. So that's all good. Ready to go back together now. This head gasket looks okay. Can't be bothered buying another one, so I'm just going to spray it with a copper head gasket spray, which seals up quite nicely. I've used it before reusing head gaskets, and it works perfectly okay for these small engines. Obviously wouldn't use it on a diesel engine or something valuable, but it's fine for these little low compression engines. Leave that to dry for a few minutes. We'll just check the clearances on these tappets. 0.15 millimeters. I think that'll do me. Water in the carb as well. Yeah, that's water. Could put in there, is there? No. been quite a bit of gunk going into the fuel, and this has caught some of it, but it looks like some of it got through to the main jet. And quite a bit of rubbish getting through to that fuel bowl. Like fine sand or something. I think that's what was clogging up the main jet. Should go alright after this, I think. See if it still sparks. Yep, it's got a good healthy spark there. Nice. Yep, we're getting fuel through there, alright. Alright, we're getting fuel there, sparking, so that should run now. Nothing much wrong with that motor. That's running perfectly. Now that I know it's all good, I'll get that pump sorted and see how it pumps water. See if I can find another one of these air filters. This one's pretty had it, I think. It's come apart there at the top, so I'll grab another one of those. I've got to filter off another motor here, which will do the job. grease on the shaft there. Little key in there. That little post goes into that hole, and that post goes in that notch there, so I've got to line two things up. That's it. Alright, let's see how that goes. Sucking in a bit of air there. Still working. Well, that works really well. It doesn't smoke at all once it got the oil burned off the exhaust. And yeah, it was just ticking away at just above an idle. Filled that tank in about 10 minutes. Well, almost full. It's up to about 700 litres. So it's going to be a handy little thing over summer when the fire risk gets high. I'll be able to fill up a whole lot of these tanks, have them ready, and if we ever get a fire coming up the hill, I can just dampen everything down in front of it and hopefully hold the line. Quite good to have ready just in case. So yeah, definitely worth fixing, and it's very easy to start, so it's actually in pretty good condition. It's got plenty of life left in it.